Hello, you absolute legends. Welcome back to the channel on a beautiful sunshiny evening here in Lincolnshire. And this is something a little bit different for the channel, isn't it? My friend Callum is here and he's popped over with his wife. And his wife is doing wife things, chatting to Mrs. John Coupland. I don't know about kittens or whatever. And so we're doing the blokey thing, aren't we? And having a chat about cars. This is beautiful, isn't it? It's a 2019 plate Hyundai i30. It's not the N edition, the full fat version, but it is the N line, and it looks white in certain lights, but it isn't. No, it's baby blue. It's like this funny powdery blue. This is totally impromptu. I've come outside to actually do something with the smart car. You can see it's there, and I've said to my mate Callum, "Hey Callum, your car is looking beautiful in that golden hour sunshine. Can I do a little video?" And he's reluctantly said yes. So in this video, we're just going to have a quick walk around the car, have a look at some of the features, and for me, this is the first time I've actually got my nose into one of these, so this is a first for me and you. If you haven't already, smash the subscribe button, please do so. If you haven't already liked the channel then and this video, then I would love you to do so. This video then, we'll have a quick wander around, have a look around the car, we'll get inside. You'll have to excuse it, he hasn't cleaned it out. I'm sure it's not too bad, but if it's anything like Mrs. John Coupland, she leaves phone chargers and bits and pieces all over my cars, so you might have to take it as it comes. So the i30 then, beautiful car, 19 plate. It is a 1.4 litre turbo. I must admit I have been for a ride in it and it's absolutely rapid. It's a wonderful car, and I drive these for work. They're not the 19 plates, they're a estate version of the 17 and 18 plates, and they've got some good poke to them, but this, the N line, gets you a few different styling additions, including this sort of black rear spoiler on the back here, these alloy wheels, and obviously this wonderful baby blue colour. So we'll start at the front then, and you can see that Callum has been munching the miles here in Lincolnshire because he's got some carcasses on the front, some victims. We've got this wonderful sort of honeycomb grille at the front here, and this front splitter and valance, which is absolutely beautiful. We've got these running lights as well here. Wonderful alloys. They're in remarkably good condition. Callum's owned the car for a couple of years now. There's a little bit of pitting and a little bit of curbing to this alloy here, but I have a beef really with these diamond cut alloys because they're cut so finely, they corrode so easily, in lovely condition, and I can't actually work out what this orange spot's about, if that's a design feature or not, but I like that. That's cool. I bet that gives you a nice sort of orange arch as soon as you're going round. N-line badge, of course, here. We've got these wonderful wing mirrors which fold in when you lock the car and when you unlock the car. Look in here, you've got the touch sort of addition here to opening your doors, and these wonderfully styled silver door handles. These sills are nice. I was going to expect some sort of moulded sill covering, but actually it's quite nice, and it's finished with colour coded anti-chip as well. Under the car, of course, is immaculate. The car is in fantastic condition, only being a 19 plate car. Massive fuel filler cap here. I'm guessing it's going to be a push. Yeah, we'll have a look in there. No AdBlue on this because obviously it's not a diesel, it's a petrol. Car suitable for E5 and E10. I'm not sure which Callum puts in it, but I'm hoping he's being good and he's putting E5 in there still, or at least some sort of super. To the back, I love the view of this. I love this fantastic splitter at the back here, this wonderful sporty look, and of course you've got the two twin tailpipes there as well. Reversing camera here underneath there, and this wonderfully long high level stop light there. Love that. Love the back of this, and these wonderful little, I don't know what you'd call them, fins, mouldings on this bumper. Now it's obviously going to be a plastic bumper, but it doesn't look plasticky, and it hasn't actually faded when you look at it against the light there as well. To put that into perspective, if you to look at Mrs. John Coupland's car, you can see here that the bumper and this panel has faded. This plastic hasn't done so. So fair play to Hyundai for getting their paint right. Cars2.co.uk, and I've got here Cars2 Hyundai Barnsley, which I'm assuming is where Callum got it from. This side as well, wonderful, wonderfully good condition. Beautiful, love it, and it's looking absolutely resplendent in this golden hour. We will quickly have a look at the interior then. We'll pop the bonnet and the boot, and then we'll get Callum to start it up for us. So passenger side, we'll have a quick look at some of the features. Standard Hyundai in here, isn't it? And if you've seen the video of Mum's Hyundai, you'll see that it's all nice and moulded and fresh and clean and useful. The great thing about the Hyundai interiors is they are useful. Obviously, you've got a couple of pockets here to put your drinks in and other useful bits and pieces. Electric windows, of course, as standard. We've got some of the passenger interior, and as you can say, Callum hasn't had a chance to give it a good clean out because I've just sprung this on him, but we've got these wonderful moulded with the bolsters seats, the N-line seats here, and these feel wonderful for cloth seats, and it's quite nice and refreshing to not see some sort of moulded PVC leatherette sort of effect on these seats, and they've actually gone with cloth. So big thumbs up and big pros to Hyundai for that one. Callum gets top marks for having genuine i30 floor mats as well. What have we got in here? We've got a glove box, obviously. I'm going to look quickly in there. We've obviously got some gumph in there, but nice to see that we've got the booklets and bits and pieces in there. We've got the vents, this wonderful sort of touchscreen media dash in the middle, and climate control here. Loads of 12 volts, all the 12 volts you can ever need. 1, 2, and then you've got a USB and auxiliary there as well. Parking sensors off and auto stop start off. I bloody hate auto stop start. It's one of the worst things ever invented, so it's always the first thing that I switch off. I love the fact that we've got this almost Golf GTI effect, black headlining in this car, looking really good. And I'm sure there's so many features in this car that I haven't even noticed in this walk around video. We've obviously got a lovely centre console storage area as well, and it's much of a muchness, isn't it, cars of this ilk, but it's nice that it's not just a big white box. Passenger at the rear, same again. We've got a lovely area here to put your maps and bits and pieces in, and ISOFIX points as well, and this will all fold down, all these seats. I'm not going to do it now, but that will all fold down to give you sort of a hatchback, really. It is an estate car. Well, I say it's an estate car. Yeah, it is an estate car, but it's almost a family saloon as well, if that makes sense. I haven't got a quick look in the boot, but hopefully it's not full of Callum's bits and pieces. We've got this low-level floor here, which then will drop down to another level, which has got the spare wheel in there. Nice to see a spare. It is a Steely, it's not an alloy, and other bits and pieces. But yeah, you can see here the tether points and the fact that this folds down, and it almost looks like you've got a ski release there as well, so you can put long things straight through. And loads of room in this boot, especially for other bits and pieces. One thing I have noticed, which I think is awesome, is a 12-volt adapter here in this boot bay. Perfect for your cool box, or charging up, I don't know, mobility scooters, maybe drones, who knows. All sorts of things you can do with that. Passenger side, driver's side passenger, looking the same, isn't it? And we've obviously got these wonderful centre sort of mouldings here. We've got the drop down armrest and more cup holders, all the cup holders in the world. As you know, United Nations Cup Holder Convention, drivers in the front, passenger in the second, and then the fact that we've got these passenger cup holders as well, top banana. That gets a Coupland thumbs up. Looking ahead to the driver's side, this is where we're going to be spending most of our time, isn't it? And this is where all the tech gubbins and bits and pieces are. Callum obviously is a man that likes his car comfortable because he's got this extendable bolster here that is sort of things that comes up and like that. You see that on modern BMWs and Mercedes. I'll put that back, else Callum will shout at me. But covering just 41,500 miles, can we see that on the cockpit? It really doesn't show that it's covered nearly as much as that Proton there. Centre console from the driver's perspective, looking good. It's obviously a keyless stop start, and what I am going to do in just a minute is start that engine up so we can have a listen. We've obviously got all sorts of controls here. Lane assist, that would be getting turned off as well. I've tried a lane assist recently in a recent Peugeot. It's actually dangerous in my opinion, but that's something we'll worry about at a later date. Things that I do like as well, we've got this N-line emblem on the gear knob, we've got the N-line emblem on the steering wheel here, and that's carried forward in all sorts of bits and pieces. And actually, something I've seen here that I want to poke. Yes, sunglasses holder, what the modern man needs. That's it then. So that's the driver's cockpit area, so to speak, and the steering wheel controls here looking good. I am going to quickly pop the bonnet. We can have a look under there at the 1.4 engine. It's going to be the same as in most modern Hyundais, but obviously turbocharged. So the next thing you'll see is me looking at its engine bay. As you can see then, we've opened the engine bay. What a massive battery as well. I love these big old engine bays, and you can tell we're in Lincolnshire because, well, there's grass and bits and pieces all on the manifold there. We'll get rid of that for Callum, we'll get rid of it. So a Hyundai 1.4 Turbo GDI. It's lovely and clean under here as well, considering the age of the car. Apart from this, I'll tell you what I'm going to do before Callum goes. I'm going to get my air compressor out and just blast that out of there. We'll start it up, obviously, to hear the engine running, and then that will be the end of the video. I'm going to ask Callum to start the car for me because he knows how to do it, and it's like any sort of modern car, it's foot on the clutch when you're starting, and we'll hear this 1.4 turbo engine purr. And that will be the end of the video. It's as quiet as anything, isn't it? I'll just let you listen to that engine. Brilliant. If you've enjoyed the video, please smash the like button. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe. Loads more great stuff coming up on the channel in the next few weeks and months. This a little bit different. Did you enjoy this? Me looking around a friend's car? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, have a great day, whatever you're getting up to. And if you haven't already, follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and the Twitter. It's at John Coupland, all one word. Have a great day. Stay safe. Maybe you're going to go out and buy a Hyundai this afternoon. Who knows? Until next time, take care and goodbye.